going to do just that in just a second. It's Wednesday. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So by now, you should have figured out what that means. It's time to wet your whistle, as you just saw. And our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday segments are brought to you by our friends at Defiance Ridge. There are so many things that we're going to talk about today to get you out to Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And I'm talking about incredible dinners. I'm talking about big events, amazing music, and of course, the incredible wine. So if you haven't seen our shows on Wednesdays, welcome aboard. Let everybody know that we have a lot of fun with you, we educate you, and we feature different incredible wines. And we're going to do just that. Let me bring my guest on, Chuck Gillentine from Defiance Ridge Vineyards. It just says Chuck. See, he's kind of like Madonna, Chuck. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm great. So you were skiing last week, right?
I was in a plane last week at this time coming home, but yeah, we skied. Got like 18 inches of snow. It was
oh my God,
so fun.
So it was your wife Michelle's birthday, correct?
It was a birthday month. It's not a week; it's a month.
Well, I understand that because my birthday's next Tuesday, and I will agree, Michelle. It's absolutely the entire month gets celebrated. So it's M&M month, Michelle and Monica month.
There you go.
Did you have a great time? Was it wonderful skiing?
Oh, it was. Fresh snow and fresh powder is great to ski in. It's pretty crowded, but the food, the restaurants in Breckenridge are fantastic, and we had a fun time.
Good. I haven't been in a long time. Quite the culture shock with regards to weather from that 18 inches of snow coming back. It's like 80 degrees tomorrow, and then it's going to have a cold front come in again. It's like St. Louis is just nuts.
Get like 3 feet of snow tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Good afternoon, people. As you're signing on, if you've never been on board with us, well, please do us a favor. Go ahead and open whatever you want. If you're at work right now, okay, you can't, but you can always watch this later and act like we're with you. We're going to actually feature this. I haven't opened it just yet. It's Defiance Ridge Vineyards 2022 Pinot Noir Reserve from Willamette Valley. We're going to talk about that. And you've got a farmhouse dinner tonight, don't you?
We do. We have a St. Patty's dinner.
All about the Irish, which I was looking at the menu. You guys can look at it here. I have had, okay, how do you pronounce it? Is it Colcannon?
Colcannon.
Yeah, you've got that on the menu tonight, don't you?
Yep, we do. We have went through the tasting a couple of days ago. It was a lot of fun. Chef did a great job. Dishes that are, old time dishes, and he made them fantastic.
What's Irish boxty?
It's a potato dish. And I believe this one has we have some smoked bacon in it and some cheese, and it's fried. And then we have a potato dish with meat and gravy on it, and we have a stew, and it's just really a fantastic dinner for tonight.
Yeah, if you missed it, again, they do these wonderful farmhouse dinners, but look at that menu. Again, they're talking about oak smoked salmon. And if you are truly Irish, you know all about the soda bread. Everything's served with soda bread. They're going to do an Irish Dublin. What does it say? Coddle?
I have to put my glasses on.
I know it's so far away from me. And then there's a Irish boxty. I was just telling you, corned beef Colcannon. And then the dessert course as well. But I'm not familiar with all these, and I'm actually Irish.
Well, I actually came up with a menu by just going back and Googling old time. Well, this is our second year to do an Irish menu. And I didn't want to do what we did last year. So we really dug deep to look for some interesting items.
Yeah, I love it. So, of course, St. Patty's Day is on Sunday. So a lot of people wearing green, probably heading into the weekend, hoping for really beautiful weather. Looks like it's going to be nicer, not as gorgeous as it is today. That's why we came outside to do Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. But you can see the March Farmhouse dinner taking place tonight. You've got happy hour and dinner tomorrow, and then another big trivia night, St. Louis trivia. I love that idea.
We have St. Louis trivia Friday night. We're now in a daylight saving time, so we're open to 5 every day, and last 2 days has been really crazy out here, so it's nice.
Well, everybody's enjoying the weather, of course, and loving you know, if you've never been to Defiance Ridge, I mean, let me just take a look for you here at the wines, the award-winning wines that they've had over the years, and the gorgeous scenery. 700 to 800 people can, pile into Defiance Ridge Vineyards, enjoy the wine, enjoy the incredible food, and the music. I was looking at your website and looking at the music that you have coming up on your calendar. incredible bands. I'm going to be at this one. I'm definitely going to be at the Ruby Leigh concert, which is 4th of July. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, I want you to do so because ticket prices will go up if they're still available on the day of the concert. But 4 p.m. to 9:30, and you'll stick around for some wonderful fireworks. But on June 28th, so just before that, you've got Dr. Vegas out there. I love them. They are always so much fun.
Oh my goodness, we have 16 concerts this year, all on Friday nights. They're one. Trevor, my son, has done a great job booking all these bands, and they're just a ton of great bands.
I told you before, and I've been out there to see Scott and Carl many times. I have a friend who watches this show. I don't know if she signed on just yet, but her husband actually plays in that 80s band, which I
Okay.
know you have booked. Yes.
Yeah, well, we have that band. We have the list goes on and
Yeah.
on. Some of my favorite bands are coming this year, and I just can't wait to start the process. Uh,
Somebody just recently told me about Garden Party, which I had never heard of, and I know you've got them coming up
oh yeah,
soon.
Garden Party is a group that breaks out from Butchwax,
That's what somebody told me.
and Butchwax will be here in the concert series again. They've played out here several times, and those guys are great to deal with.
Fantastic. So again, if you're just tuning in, it's Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We're going to feature a beautiful Pinot Noir today. Chuck Galentine, the owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And it's really funny because we did a segment yesterday. I don't know, you probably know a lot of the sommeliers around the area, but we had one in yesterday. Alicia Blackwell. Well, that's her, I guess, probably her maiden name, but she is now with Madrina Restaurant, which is in Webster Groves. She is an advanced sommelier, and
I think I know her.
do you know her? She brought in a Pinot Noir, and I just laughed, and I'm like, I'm not usually a Pinot fan. And then I laughed. I'm like, oh, we're going to do two Pinots in a row. However, I think she brought me back to Pinots. I was like,
Pinots
oh,
are fantastic.
I know it's your favorite, isn't it?
They're the most expensive wines in the world.
So
Of
this
course.
Pinot Noir, tell me about it as we pour this. And here's the thing I'm happy about. I told you this is my
Got your
favorite.
Pinot
This
glass.
is my favorite glass, and I have a Pinot glass. So tell
Well,
us about it.
this Pinot is Oregon. Oregon is my favorite region for Pinots. It's on the same parallel as Burgundy, so
Uh-huh.
the weather is pretty much the same. Pinot grows incredibly well in cool weather areas, so coastal areas up and down the coastline, California up to Oregon, grows great. This Pinot is made by a friend of mine, a guy named John Alban. John's been making wine for us for, oh goodness, 7 or 8 years. And John, I don't want to say he's a small winemaker, but because he makes a lot of wine, but his business is small quantities. And so he makes great quality wines. He
Mhm.
makes Gris for us. He makes Rosé. He makes Rieslings. He makes some big reds also. But his Pinot Noir is great. This actually is from mid state, so it's you're going to get a lot of cherry right off the bat. And
Well, but you know what I learned yesterday, Chuck, and that's what Alicia was telling us. So I was telling her that maybe a lot of the Pinot Noirs that I've been introduced to were much more of the tart cherries. The one we had yesterday was more of a black cherry. So maybe that's what's going to bring me back. That I have to stay away from that whole tartness.
was that California yesterday that you had, or Sonoma? Do you remember?
It's Lulai. It's a hang on. Well, you
You
keep
know,
talking. I'm
I
gonna
believe Lulai is California. I believe.
let me see the exact region it was from. This has got 93 points from James Suckling.
Uh huh. Well,
That's
Suckling gave this wine a 93 point also. Believe it
No,
or
no,
not.
no, that's what I mean. This particular one is. That one probably does as well. I didn't see any area that we could pick it up. You'd have to purchase it. This particular one online, but yeah, Luli. I think that's how she pronounced it.
Okay.
Michelle's on right now. She can tell me if I'm wrong, but I thought it was Luli. It
I
is
want to
from Monterey, Central Coast, California.
Okay, so it's
St.
Monterey,
Lucia, actually, St. Lucia.
St.
Yeah,
Lucia.
it's St. Lucia Highlands, Monterey, Central Coast, California.
St. Lucia Highlands. It's probably belongs to uh, one of the Wagner kids.
Oh,
Because that's Monterey was the area where they developed Mayomi in the first place, and Mayomi was
yeah.
probably one of the most famous, lighter, least expensive Pinots there is. That still has great fruit quality. They don't own it anymore, but anyhow, I would guess that's who may make it.
Yeah, it's very, very good. This, okay, kind of the same thing. So the notes on this, and the note, I should say the nose first, and then give us the kind of the notes on this. But this doesn't have. This is such a different profile in the nose. Yesterday's was very savory. You could smell
Mhm.
that right away. This is, and it also had more of the
Mushroom
fruits.
quality is something Pinot does pick up, a
This
mushroom.
is very perfumey.
This is, well, it let it open up a little bit. It
Okay,
is perfumey. It's also just big red fruit. I mean,
let me
it's
taste.
velvety, very velvety, and that's one other reason I like Pinot Noirs, because they're just as smooth as can be. Um, the ones I like.
This again. So one of the things that I was taught by two sommeliers that I met over the last week was if I drink it right away and it hits the tip of my tongue, I'm going to get that tartness right away. But she said, both of them actually said that when you're drinking wine, to let it kind of roll over the tongue and do your own aeration, which you've told
Yeah,
us before.
which
Can you tell them what happens when you aerate?
oh, it just it develops. I mean, that tartness hits your tongue first. There's no question about that, and that's a classical Pinot characteristic. And then it starts to develop. You swish around your mouth. This give it a twirl. You know, nothing wrong with that.
No, it's
they,
meant
they
to be.
teach you to drink wine like that. You know, it's just the way to enjoy it.
And here's a picture, by the way, of the bottle, a little fancy picture I took for you of the Pinot Noir. Again, if you are just tuning in, let us know if you are able to be at home, sitting out on your patio, sitting out on your deck. I'm on our front porch. I love this. One of my favorite places to be, in a little rocking chair. I'm actually in my butterfly chair right now. I'm so ready for the warmer weather, enjoying nature and enjoying a great bottle of wine with friends. That's what this whole thing is all about. Michelle dropped it in for you. It's the Pinot Noir Reserve. So if we're coming to Defiance Ridge and we're drinking this bottle, what would you say would be best on your menu to pair with this?
Well, look, I would think any smoked item. This has got a little sweetness too, so it's going to work well with chicken salad.
Mm.
It's going to be really good with our some of our new sandwiches, with our brisket sandwiches. Pulled pork could be great with.
Your chicken salad is my absolute favorite. My husband, of course, likes your burger, which I think is one of your
Well,
favorites as
this would be
well.
good with a burger too.
Yeah, for those of you that have not been there before, and I want you to get out to Defiance Ridge when you are with your friends this spring, summer, fall, winter, they're open all year long. I want you to remember Defiance Ridge. Again, everybody that supports this show, I know you want us to continue for years and years to come. Please do me a favor and support them. Tell them what's on your burger.
Okay, our burger is a brisket blend, so it's a half pound. We have our own concoction for our base, but we use, we do a fried egg with it. We do cheese, we do grilled onions, and then on we had the second burger. Actually, we take the egg off and add some fried jalapenos on it, and
Mm,
it's just it's a delicious burger. I order it a lot, and so do a lot of people.
a lot of
The,
people do that.
the beef the beef blend is just it's just amazing.
And yes, I think even though I don't eat a lot of red meat, I could see this pairing really, really well with that. You also have some of the most incredible boards I have ever seen anywhere, and they are big enough to share with a
They
bunch
are
of people at your table.
our boards. Our charcuterie board is one of the best.
It's
And
charcuterie on steroids.
yeah, it's amazing back being in the kitchen watching how many boards they make
Yep.
on a busy weekend. And our trout board's amazing too. It's a half smoked trout, rainbow trout, and it's delicious. It's got all the things that anybody that likes smoked trout would like: capers and red onions, and a really cool sauce that goes with it. That's delicious. And then we do a cheese board also, which is some of the great cheeses that are made in this area.
And I also am a huge fan of their soups. So they always have different soups there. We still have some cold weather. In fact, we're going to get down below freezing heading into this weekend as
I'm
far as
sure.
the low is concerned. So it's still kind of soup season. And so maybe a soup with a salad. Their salads are phenomenal. Their menu is amazing. So I want you to go online to defianceridgevineyards.com. I was mentioning, I've got it actually pulled up right now. I'm just going to go back to this calendar because what they have lined up for you in the coming weeks is just phenomenal. Again, they've got their farmhouse dinner tonight, which you missed, but the St. Louis Trivia Night is on Friday. They have Sweetie and the Toothaches on Saturday, and Garden Party, I just mentioned, is actually on Sunday. Sweetie and the Toothaches, what kind of music is that?
It's just fun music. They played music, people that they can dance with it, and I'm usually out here on Saturday and Sundays listening to music. I kind of stopped doing the behind the bar stuff last year and
Good.
started sitting out and watching things and visiting people and this and that. So it's something that I'm enjoying because I've missed it for years.
Well, you deserve to have fun. You all work so unbelievably hard. Are you a dancer? Do you and Michelle dance?
We do. I don't do much of it out here because I just think it's maybe the wrong tone to
No,
set.
it's not. How many of you that are on right now would love to see Chuck dancing?
Oh yeah, buddy, they would love that.
They might ask you. Let's say good afternoon to some people. Linda, good morning. Oh, excuse me. See, I'm so used to mornings. Good afternoon. Yeah, Linda said, let's talk wine. Good afternoon, Julie. Linda said, no wine for me today. Oh, she gave it up during the week for Lent, which, yeah, maybe a lot of people do. Well, you're going to have a lot of fun as soon as Lent is over and getting out to Defiance Ridge. Wayne, good afternoon. Good afternoon and cheers, says Kathy. I believe my friend's having her wedding reception there at Defiance. I love that. You have how many weddings booked this year?
We're in the 50 area. It's a little down from last year. COVID did some things to event stuff. People were smaller weddings now, and they found out that they save the money and spend it elsewhere.
Hmm.
I mean, I can see that happening. I mean, we used to average like 175 per wedding. Now we're
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Oh yeah, now we're
Holy.
averaging about 140. So it's just one of those things. Hopefully we'll build it back. Hopefully down the road we'll have an event barn behind the lake where we can really advertise and do a better job with our weddings and a very beautiful venue just
Sure.
for weddings.
It is gorgeous. So if any of you know somebody that's getting ready to get engaged or they are engaged, they're looking for a venue, have them take a look at Defiance Ridge. It's so pretty. And they've got, as he just said, they've got that lake out there. They just put two new swans in that are just absolutely beautiful. They could play a part
Augusta
in the
and
wedding.
Defiance.
What'd you say?
Augusta and Defiance.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
their name. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's their names?
Augusta and Defiance. And of course Defiance is the she.
Of course she is. Hi, Sean. Yes, this is Happy Hour Talk, Dawn. So if you're new to the show, yes, it is. I'm in the house with the windows opened and relaxing. It's absolutely gorgeous, everybody. I see a bunch of you on Instagram as well. Welcome aboard. We do this for you every Wednesday, featuring different wines. So somebody asked us, Chuck, if we ever will feature, because one of the things we did when we first launched this particular segment last year, we did wines, we did some beer, we did some spirits. I know you do collaborations. You just had, or didn't you just have with oh my gosh, what's the name of the brewery?
Uh,
Site.
yes, we did. And I've met his dad on a plane the other day, coming back from Breckenridge.
Do you do many collaborations? Because we have so many
Side project,
microbreweries in our
side,
area.
side projects is
Side
who we
project,
work
yes.
with. And Corey is fantastic, incredible maker of beer. But no, we do. Our dinners. We try to pull in different things. Like next month, we're doing a Japanese dinner.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
And the chef from Westchester is going to be a guest chef that night, and so he'll be the chef helping the kitchen. And then in May we have we have a tequila dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a specialist for that also. And then we get into the season where we have the different beef suppliers in the area, farmer mark farmer different farmers doing things that we worked with before that they bring their products. We get the menus together. They actually sell at the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Their beef and pork and eggs and whatever. So it works out real well.
So what we'll have to do is when you have those coming up in the next a few months, maybe we can sample some of those and showcase those maybe a week out, talk about them. Because I think that's the thing that people really love, the diversity of it all. We also had people ask, and the answer, Chuck will tell you in just a second. If somebody is not a wine drinker or they don't drink at all, yes, Chuck has other things there for you. You could even make up a mocktail for them.
We do that every day.
Oh, perfect.
And we have all sodas and beers and I mean and
Yeah.
juices and just about anything that they would want.
Absolutely. So, we of course love to talk wine and we love to talk wine with you and showcase different beautiful wines that they have there. Would this be in your reserve flight tasting?
This is in the reserve flight tastings.
Okay.
It's we're next week we will have some new wines in from the West Coast.
Oh,
Our 1897 line will start. That's the year the house was born. We'll have about 12 wines by May that will be in that reserve line. And for all the West Coast lovers and that think that they don't like Missouri wines or the wines we bring in, we now have 20 different wines from different winemakers on the menu.
yeah, you do a lot of collaborations. So, what's the most unique thing that you feel that you've done there at Defiance Ridge since you took over?
I think I think the farmhouse dinners are the most unique thing.
I love those.
It's maybe a small part of the business, but it is something that shows what we can do.
Hmm.
And from that, we've been able to book some corporate events and this and that, just because people know that our kitchen can do really quality food and we have great wines. So I would that's what I it's more a passion for me, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, and I love the fact that Tom makes great wines, and I'm very happy that you had him on a couple weeks ago.
I am too. Did his family and friends get a chance to see it? Because I went back and watched it. I'm like, he's so endearing.
He's a true soul,
Yes.
and he's
And
a
I didn't mean to make him cry, but you could tell he
well,
feeds on his emotions, and I love the fact that he
there's
shows
some
that.
emotional people out there. I have the same problem from time to time too, and he brings it out. He
It's
does.
not a problem. It's a good thing.
Well, you're right. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. But I'm very happy that he was able to share things with you, and he does a nice job. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, and I had a lot of people that wrote me after that, and they said, "Oh my gosh, I loved hearing from him," because that's the whole thing. Whenever we talk about, again, one bottle of wine, and I kept saying to him, "Talk about the passion of this," and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I just love it." And you could see in him the biggest thing that I took away from that was that he knows his heart is happy and the smile on his face when he sees people enjoying the fruit of his labor.
No doubt about it.
Right? And that's all of you. I mean, you all work
No
so
doubt about
hard.
it.
We've talked a lot about how winemaking and working in this industry is a lot of farming and agriculture. And this weather that I'm enjoying right now, this up and down weather though, plays a big part in what you do in your industry.
Oh, no, it certainly does. I used the mower yesterday already, so it no, it does, and having someone as passionate as he is great. It's great to have on staff.
So next week we are going to feature a Chardonnay. You want to do a little pre-promotion of that one?
Yes, it'll be by the same winemaker,
Oh,
um,
okay.
and it will be Washington State Chardonnay from a really cool area in Washington State. It's fantastic little wine, and I enjoy it. It sells real well.
So again, no matter whether you're a white lover, you're a red lover, there's all these different levels and wines again from Missouri and then what his collaborations are from the West Coast. So if you've never been out there, please I want you to go to defianceridgevineyards.com, look at what's coming up on the calendar, pick what makes the most sense for you. The thing that I love is the serenity and the quiet. Sometimes when you just go out and it's not overly busy and you're having lunch and then you maybe go on a weekend and you feed off the energy and the vibration from everybody around you. So sometimes it's just crazy and there's music and you've got 700 people all over the place on a beautiful day. But remember in the winter time, it's like snowing and then you're like, hey, I'd love to enjoy a really gorgeous bottle of wine by a roaring fire because you've got some beautiful
Well,
fireplaces there.
we got that, and we got the beautiful scenery. There's no doubt.
Yep. What for people who come on a regular basis, your regulars, what's the biggest thing that you hear from them?
Service. I mean, it's there's no doubt they love our staff. They love that they work hard together. They love our food, and our wine club continues to grow, and it's you bring people back for a reason, okay, and they come back for a reason, and we have pretty good ratings, and it sometimes ticket times get pretty long, can get long. We're opening up the new kitchen Saturday, the down below, just because we finally think we're ready to go, and so that'll help that somewhat, but
Absolutely.
people got when they come out, they got to understand that there's 600, 700 people here, and you got a kitchen with 8 guys busting their butts trying to service you. And you get tickets that are this long out, and it takes a little bit. But most people understand that. They come out wanting to enjoy the music and have a glass of wine or two and just, enjoy themselves.
And I love that you just said that because honestly, we all need to be checked more in life about how important it is to slow down and just have patience and sit there and enjoy the people that you're with. It's not about rush the food in and get out. It's about enjoying the beauty that you're going to be looking at, enjoying incredible wine, and your food's coming. Just sit there and have a conversation with people.
It's going to get there. They're working on it.
No, you really do. I love your staff, and they always have a smile on their face. That's the
They
thing
do.
that I
You
love.
know what? They work hard.
They do. I
They
love
work
them all. Once again, I'm going to put up on the screen here for you in case you're wondering what we're drinking this afternoon. It's again the Defiance Ridge Vineyards Pinot Noir Reserve. Absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that I've been brought back to the Pinot for so many reasons, but one of the biggest, I love this glass that you get a drink out of. We talked about the events tonight and into this weekend, but before we wrap up, I want to mention Easter because a lot of people are making their plans. You have Easter brunch and you have an adult Easter egg hunt. So for
We,
those that haven't
we
heard over
do.
the last few weeks, tell us about that.
Well, the hunt's happening on Saturday, so you can sign up online through the website. Which is we're getting a lot of people to sign up. The brunch, I think we're probably over 300 right now, but
Wow.
we still, we can handle a lot for the Easter brunch, and it's going to be a nice spread.
Yeah, and then the things that people are actually in the actual hunt, I was just looking at that, and one of them it said that you could win the wine membership for a year.
Yep, that's the
What?
big price. Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, you got to put something out there to get the people to do it. So, I mean, we got the big enough property. We planted onions this week already.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
we planted Tony and his crew planted 4,000 onions on Saturday and Sunday. And so, things are here, are getting
It,
here.
yeah, whether we want to or not, it's here, and spring and summer are ready to just explode on us. I see so many people out gardening already. You just said you've already mowed. People are ready, but then you got to be worried because again, it's still March because there's
Still
still a
March.
freeze that could happen. So be careful.
That's true. Hopefully that freeze is just, there. That's
Short lived.
what we
Yes.
want.
Yes. Well, thank you, my friend. This is incredible. I am looking forward to coming out and seeing you again very soon. We'll be back out doing this live with Chuck. If you have not been, once again, go to defianceridgevineyards.com. Check them out. Beckett actually, okay, hold on. Beckett is our aspiring meteorologist. He actually popped on and said, watch out for severe storms this afternoon in the area. Things escalated quickly that he was not expecting. That is why it was not in the morning forecast. How is actually, because you're pretty far away from me, about 45, 50 minutes. How is the sky looking where you are?
Right now it looks fine, but I'm not seeing west, so
Okay.
I'm going to look at the radar in just a minute. We got to do that out here all the time. We got to keep our antennas up for the
Yes.
weather. It can get bad at times, and
Yeah.
well,
Beckett, thank you, by the way. And I know Beckett's probably still on. So, Beckett, since
they
you're in
say
front of probably
50% at 5 o'clock. So
F5. So,
yeah,
Beckett, since you're in front of a radar, if you want to drop some things in the comments for us, because I'm actually getting ready to head out. We've got a big show. I was telling Chuck on tap tomorrow morning. We're going to do our big fashion show, our before and after show at the Vault Luxury Resale in Brentwood. Cannot wait for that tomorrow. I'm hoping that all of my models can get there and we can do a fun show for you and don't have any issues.
got
Somebody
some stuff a while south of here.
south? Oh, great.
Yeah, there's
That's where.
them.
All right,
That's
we'll be careful as we head out to go get our lights. Somebody said my sister's in DeSoto and they just got hail. Okay, wonderful. We have a thunderstorm watch out in Millstadt. Well, I tell you what, it certainly doesn't feel like we're going to get crazy weather. I have wasps that are flying all around my head. They're ready already. Somebody else said my husband's already mowed, just like Chuck has. My niece had her wedding and reception at Defiance Ridge last fall. It was wonderful. There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. So everybody, okay, so be careful. I had thunder and dark clouds north of me. Okay, maybe DeSoto as well. All right, well, we'll be careful. I'll wrap up so that Chuck can keep an eye on the radar. Beckett, thank you for the heads up, by the way. So Thank you to my friend Chuck Gillentine, one of our wonderful sponsors that we love so much. Please remember them when you're going out and you're planning for your weekends or throughout the week, for the holidays, maybe for the Easter brunch. Again, don't forget also for the big Ruby Leigh concert that's coming up on the 4th of July. We would love to see you and spend that holiday with you. The tickets are on sale for you right now. I would not wait to get those tickets. 4th of July, opening up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. She'll take the stage at 7:30 until 9 and then stick around for the wonderful fireworks. Okay, Beckett just said some severe storms are firing off south of the city down towards Festus and Sullivan, heading east and northeast. All right, well, we'll wrap up. Thank you all for tuning in. We want you to be safe out there.
Day.
Yes, St. Patty's Day as well. Everybody enjoy your wine. And Chuck, be safe, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
You too.
Cheers.